This is ANN News Brief.
Good afternoon. I am Lucy Adeyemi. Zimbabwe's Reserve Bank has borrowed $985 million from African banks to purchase fuel and other critical imports. Reserve Bank Governor John Maguya said current reserves is insufficient to cover imports, underscoring the severity of dollar shortages. So the central bank has borrowed nearly $1 million from banks in neighboring countries, including the Central Bank of Mozambique and the Southern African Trade and Development Bank. The governor said the loans with up to 6% above the Libus rate would be repaid from future earnings from gold between 3.5 years. Zimbabwe is unable to obtain funding from the World Bank and other international lenders because of massive arrears. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump says existing U.S. sanctions on Zimbabwe since 16 years ago have been extended for a further 12 months. He says the nation poses an unusual and extraordinary threat to U.S. foreign policy. A key peace deal to resolve the conflict in the Central African Republic is at risk of collapsing less than a month after it was agreed. Media reports 3 militia groups, which were among the 14 armed groups that signed the Khartoum agreement with President Faustin Todera, disagreed with the makeup of the new government announced on Sunday. The militias were not happy that the central government held on to sensitive key posts, while 6 of the 14 armed groups obtained no post at all. The Democratic Front of the Central African People, FPDC, said it had resolved purely and simply to withdraw from the peace process. It added that the government was far from being inclusive. Another large militia, the Patriotic Movement for Central Africa, said it considered the accord was void. We'll be back after this short break.
This used to be me. But that was before I got the perfect bag. It's handy and easy to use. All I need in one compact space, just like my MTN Extra Value plan. I used to get one plan for my calls and then try to remember which data plan worked for me. Roaming was a totally different ballgame. Not anymore. I've got the MTN Extra Value all-in-one plan. If you're a data buff like me, you get extra data with some talk time. And if you like to make calls, you get extra talk time with some data. And when I'm abroad, I automatically browse, chat, and call right on the same plan. MTN Extra Value was made just for me.
More of data or calls, whichever one you prefer. MTN Extra Value is made just for you.
The Ugandan government said on Monday Rwanda has begun allowing trucks carrying goods from Uganda to enter at one of the main crossing points on their shared border, in a sign that renewed hostilities have started to ease after a meeting was held to discuss the border closure. Last week, Rwanda abruptly started blocking cargo trucks from Uganda from entering its territory, as well as stopping its nationals from crossing over to Uganda. Uganda's government spokesman Ofwono Opondo said on Monday that the flow of cargo traffic had been eased at Mirama Hills, one of the 3 main border crossings between the two countries. 2 other crossings, including the busy Katuna border post, remained closed. He said Uganda will review allegations of arbitrary detentions of Rwandese, which authorities in Kigali have cited as one of the reasons for stopping the country's nationals from coming to Uganda. That's ANN News Brief. Thanks for watching. For details on these and other stories, visit our website, annafrica.net. Also join the conversation on Facebook, facebook.com/ANN Africa TV, Instagram and Twitter at ANN Africa TV. I am Lucy Adeyemi.